All right. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. All right. So obviously we're having technical difficulties.
There's always technical difficulties. Well, you're live though, so you're good.
Yeah, we're live, so we don't get the cool broadcast opening and stuff, but here we are. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Danny, I saw that little funky look, Danny. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yo, ¿cómo están? How's everybody doing? Let's
Welcome
start the
to
show.
Black Dragon Biker TV, and as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be.
And welcome to Danny D-Lo Biker TV too. We live everywhere, bro.
Yeah, buddy. And Wild on Twos on Wild Twos vlog. And you got Dirty.
And Dirty in the house.
I have created monsters. Yeah, we got this new thing where this is not just on the round table anymore. This is on the real one, really.
I thought you'd like that.
I just noticed that right now as we speak.
I thought the legend would get a kick out of that
one. Oh my goodness! Oh, we got Fancy on. She's a new member of Fast Harleys Only (FHO). That's a Big Cell club there, started by my good friend Big Cell. It's good to have you on, Samantha Ford. Fancy.
What up, Samantha?
Good to have you on. We got LaRock Drifter, Randy Russell, all the good folks over there. Everybody's tired and everybody's sick. Hollywood is sick. Danny D-Lo is sick. I'm surprised to see Dirty. He's operating on 3 hours of sleep.
I ain't sick.
What I do, man.
Tank's computer is screwed up. I'm
Tank's
sick.
computer's sick.
Yeah, but we have to do consistent content. So here we are. Short amount of time. Now, what I'm going to do for a minute is I'm going to remove everybody for just a second because I want to talk about somebody that I just found out somebody that passed away yesterday. So you guys will still be able to see the show, but I want to go down to one camera for just a minute. So how do we do this? I meet a lot of you guys on here. I meet a lot of you guys, and we go different places. We do different things. Some of you guys become a part of my life, and it is you just become part of who I am. This one gentleman who has passed away, this hurts me. His name was Broadway Joe, and that's his wife Cindy. So he came to us on Black Dragon Biker TV. He's a person that has followed everything I have ever put out, and to the point of just incredible. He's was a commissioner, part of the planning committee, planning and zoning and historical, I believe, committee down in Florida. And he passed away. He got into a motorcycle wreck last Sunday, passed away Friday. He leaves behind a beautiful family, and this is hard for me, but he had been part of a riding club, and following many of the tenets I set forth, this was him in his official capacity as a servant for the city. Um, he had started off in a riding club and started known as the Southern Cruisers, and he started watching us and buying the books and reaching out and called me, and we talked many times. I met his family and met his wife, and uh, you know, I was very disappointed that I never got to go down and spend time with him. Some of you guys I get so damn close to over the phone, and I've never even met you in person, and I feel like you're part of my family. Anyway, he started this amazing motorcycle club, Arwac MC, and he went through all the paces that you had to go through to get this thing up and running. And he would call me along the way and talk about it, and finally got it all put together. And uh, this is them riding, and just amazing. He got a brand new Harley, and this is him in his capacity in the city working for the local government. He did so many great things, and I really liked this brother. He was a good damn brother, and a good man, good family man. His wife, Big Bone, 1%er called me. We talked this afternoon, and he said, "Hey man, there was a guy you know. His folks got in touch with me and said that you knew him, and he he's passed away down here." And I went on my board. I called his number, hoping that this was not the person. And his wife answered, and it's that awkward call when you say, "Is Joe here?" And she said, "Did you get my message?" And then I just was heartbroken at that point. I'm going to tell you folks, uh, you come into my life and you mean so much to me. And his wife spent so much time telling me what a factor I was in his life. And it's important, she said, because it's important that you do what you do. And I can't tell you how many damn times I've wanted to quit, how many times my life has been threatened, how many times I've been surrounded by people pissed off at what I said, how many motorcycle clubs have threatened me and threatened my life and all this kind of stuff, especially when I was first getting started. And to find out that his wife called me and told me, "You have to keep doing what you're doing. You can't stop because you change people's lives." And for him to get an up and operational motorcycle club running before he died, with all the blessings and everything, it means that what we talk about is real, and it does change lives, and it makes things better for people. Broadway Joe was a hell of a dude with many great life accomplishments. He damn sure didn't need to be following nothing I said. Um, but I just I'm just so pissed off when I got the opportunity to go meet him. I was going to go down for his birthday, but he did a virtual birthday party because of COVID, and I didn't get a chance to shake his hand or ride with him. When he sent me a message just a few days ago telling me about his Arawak MC, and I just knew I was going to go get to ride with him and his brothers, and now I'm not, and I am heartbroken because of it. So I'm gonna miss this guy, man. You might not know what an impact you folks can have on me, but that I've never met. But like Merlin, my executive producer, I've never. Well, actually, he did drive his 18-wheeler all the way to Atlanta from the West Coast to spend New Year's with me a year or two ago, New Year's Eve. He just popped up. "Hey, I'm here." Ragnar, who rode his motorcycle 13 hours to buy some books for me. So many young men, a young man and his father who came to the Dragon's Lair. But you guys don't know how much you add to me. Way more than I could ever add to you, telling you how to do some biker shit. But his wife told me, Cindy told me, that he was not wearing his helmet. So she asked me to implore you, impeach you, beg you, warn you, tell you all to please wear your damn helmets. And get the Life 360 application. The Life 360 app lets you set up little groups of people that can know stuff. And the Life 360 is a real-time app that reports, and they got a report that there had been a crash from this Life 360 app. I don't know anything about it, but she swears by it. And so that's what helped them, this Life 360 app. So to Broadway Joe, you done good, man. You done good. You got this thing up and running, man. From nothing. You built it on your own, and you follow the program, you follow the plan. You made it happen. You're a strong man. You lived a lifestyle. You had prospects riding, and you're a strong man. You did what you wanted to do, man. And you left a wife that's grieving mightily, who loved you. It's an amazing thing too. It's an amazing thing. You know a good man, because watch this. I called his number and his wife answered. His wife had his phone. The phone had a screen lock, and the wife said, "Oh yeah, his password is this." Any man that you bikers know, any man that whose wife has full access to his Facebook page, she said, "Go ahead and send him a like. I'll approve you." Has his Facebook page, has his screen number for his phone lock. I mean, that's a genuine damn dude. And I'm glad to have known you, Joe. Wish I could have laid eyes on you. Good on you, man. Hey, what's up, folks? Oh my gosh.
Big Bone. Big Bone.
Hey.
Don't worry, this shirt is not about you.
What's good, Big Bone?
What's going on, fellas?
Shit.
Listen, I appreciate you delivering me that message. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you both.
Not a problem, man.
Yeah, sorry to hear about your friend, guys.
Yeah. Thank you. Those guys, Broadway was, I'll just put it like this. These guys came together, and they were all from a different club. And so Arawak is an outcast support club. And when I tell you these guys hit the ground running, Broadway did his thing. And Buddha, their president down there, man, he did his thing. And just the epitome of doing everything the right way. So they were very well respected. Anyway, he'll be missed. He'll be missed.
Right on.
Okay, guys. We're going to everybody's sick, so we're going to try to.
I ain't sick.
Everybody, including you're sick. I'm
gonna blow you a kiss, Carlos. I'm gonna get you sick
You
too.
would. You want to kiss my toes?
Oh,
no, bro.
Okay, so we got a new platform on at FreeStream, and the way this FreeStream platform works is, if any of these guys are your favorite creator, which I can't imagine that they would be, but if any of these guys are your favorite creator, make sure to you can go to their channel and see this as well. So we're all on everybody's channel. I didn't realize that you were down there until I just thought about it, Tank, because I had to realize I had to scroll down and get you. So there's some stuff I don't know how to do on here yet. Like, I want to be able to explode each person as they are talking. I haven't figured out how to do that yet, so we'll figure this new system out. But what we're going to talk about tonight is 5 things you should think about before quitting your MC. So here's the deal. There are people that quit motorcycle clubs, and we all know them. I'm good with it. There's this one guy in my own club that prospected, I want to say 4 damn times, and here's where I am with it. If you quit for whatever reason, I don't want you back. But a lot of these guys, when they quit, they come back, and some clubs have some rules or something that'll let you back. Like, if you don't cut off the patch, we'll let you back. There's some stuff. I think personally that a leave of absence is the way to go. But there are some guys who quit, and then after they quit, they get over to the new club or where the grass is supposed to be greener or some other kind of BS, and then they come running back. And that's when you have the egg on your face, because that's when I ain't taking you back unless you prospect again. But I thought to myself, well, maybe there's so many people, like today's kids are just, young folks are just so me-oriented and can't delay their gratification, and they get all these issues and this butt hurt. Wah! And maybe I'm wrong to feel like that. Maybe I'm just too old school. So I'm thinking to myself, maybe we could tell them something. We could give them something. 5 things you might want to think about before leaving your MC. And I don't know. So we'll go to the panel here and get their top 5 things. We'll start with Wild on Twos, because he's probably going to leave early.
Dan, Wild going first.
And he jumped on me last week. You never listen to me crying and stuff.
Yeah, you gotta throw the queuing out first. I hear you, my man. No,
So
I mean, I don't know about 5 things, because one, I ain't gonna read your fucking mind and know what's really going on with you personally, mentally, or whoever's out there. But I think the leave of absence is an important thing used, and it's usually, I don't know, not every club, but it's usually a 1-year thing. And try to really think of what's important and what's your real priority in life. And a lot of people try to juggle a lot of things, from family, kids, job, club, and ultimately comes down to, I think, personally, what is more important to you. If someone says, I'm going to take your family away, and that's the big cause of you thinking, it's just like when you're buying a house or something and someone buys it from right under you. Are you going to be upset about it, or on to the next house? So if someone says, hey, if you lose your club today and it's gone, and you can live with it, most likely that's already your choice, because it shouldn't be like that about a club. Same thing with family or job. So the number one thing is actually take your time and really think about it, and don't be really, how do you say, kind of quick to the trigger of it, going off emotion. Never go off emotion. Don't go off of if you're upset with someone in the chapter itself or in the club. Everybody's gonna have differences. Of course, it's just like a family. Some people are not gonna like each other, but they're gonna respect somewhat each other for the club's sake. So we have to really understand that where your heart lies is where what really matters. If you're gonna wear that patch just to go through the motions and be a skeleton crew of yourself of that club, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it for the club itself. Because you got to think for the greater picture of the club. Are you helping the club out, or are you actually holding the club back? Same thing for the club. If it's not a club for you, and you're just going through the motions, and your vibe is going to spread through that chapter quick. And if you're a guy that is loud and everybody can hear you, your vibe is going to go up them, and everybody's going to be feeling the same way in regards of that negative energy. You don't want that in the clubhouse. So I mean, this is a kind of a hard question to come up with different things. Everybody has something in their life that will derail what they thought was going to be their next 5 years. As most of these guys know, I mean, Big Bone's these guys have been in the clubs for a long time. Most people don't last 5 years. Majority of people don't last 5 years in the club. And that has to do with life in general, or just people that rush in and watch Sons of Anarchy or something, think they're going to go prospect, jump in the club, and then it's not what they thought. And then is short. It's short-lived. This is a marathon, it's not a race, so sprint race in that regard. So that's about it right now for me, for my thoughts. I can listen to Danny D. Lowe next. But you guys in the comment section, hit up my channel, Wild Down Twos. I got to throw a shameless plug.
You didn't seem so shameless.
Damn right, I'm not.
You didn't look shameful at all.
No, hell no. Right.
Tank says he's on his phone now, but we don't see you, Tank. Where'd Tank go?
He's either or. So what do you think, Danny D. Lowe?
What do you think, Danny D-Lo?
Well, as most of us on the panel and most of my fan base knows, I can speak from straight up firsthand experience. I was a member of one of the big four national 1% motorcycle clubs. And one day I decided to step away and leave. First and foremost, I say, before even thinking about leaving a club, think about shit when you're joining a club. Is it really for you? Are you really about this life? Are you 100% about it before you even try to get involved? So fast forward, now you've been in the club, things ain't going your way. Maybe you're sick of the politics. Maybe you're sick of the BS brotherhood. Maybe you're just a shitty member, whatever the case may be. Before you step away from your club, there's a lot of things you need to think about. You need to think about others. You need to think about your brothers. You need to think about yourself. And you need to think about the situation causing you to leave your MC. Is it something that your brothers can help you with? You know, I mean, the whole point of being in a club is to have that brotherhood, that familia, that family. And when you're going through some shit in life, and maybe it be family, the old lady, job, whatever it is, if you're a productive member of your MC and your brothers really give a shit about you and you got a real strong brotherhood in your chapter, in your club, that's a good time for you to sit down, talk to one of your guys you're close with, talk to your P, your VP, your SA, whoever, and express to them what's going on in your life. And a lot of times the club will step up and help you. You know, old ladies will come help out, brothers will come help out, whatever the case may be. So it really depends on the situation. But just make sure that it's definitely what you want to do. Be mentally prepared that the guys that you thought were your brothers probably won't be your brothers anymore. In some cases, not always it's that, but come to terms with, you know, the guys that you used to talk to every day, you probably ain't going to talk to no more. You know, I mean, there's so much stuff that comes with it, with stepping away, that you really you just need to give some real thought to, you know what I'm saying? And make sure that this is the best option for you, for the club, for your family, for everybody involving your whole life. You know, make sure it's just the right thing to do, and then be okay with it. And once you come to terms with it, you okay with it, and it's the best thing for you, then fuck anybody's feelings. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. That's all I got to say, y'all.
Cool.
Valid points.
Cool. All right. Ernie?
Well, a lot of what I see when people leave a motorcycle club, especially when it's for another motorcycle club, is that they think the grass is greener on the other side.
Yeah, that's BS in my opinion. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it's, you know, every motorcycle club goes through the same bullshit. You know what I mean? We all have our ups and downs. Life is tough for all of us. I mean, we're all trying to work in a balance, you know? I mean, yeah, we'd all love to just ride motorcycles and bang skanks and fucking have good times. But the reality is we got jobs, we got lives, and it is what it is. And it always looks greener on the other side because nobody shows the bad times. So if you're going to leave a motorcycle club to go to, say, another motorcycle club, make sure it's something where you're going after something grander than what you have. Like, say you're in a small mom and pop club, you're trying to join a national type club. I get it, man. You know, you want to have brothers all around the country or all around the world or whatever the case may be. But if you're just joining a motorcycle club because you think the motorcycle club you're in is full of a bunch of bullshit and you're tired of dealing with it, realize that other club you're going to join is going to be filled with the same amount of bullshit that the club that you're in is already fucking with. You know what I mean? It's all the same shit. You know, you just got to, put up with it. I mean, we're all people. We all have lives. I mean, we all put our pants on one leg at a time, and it's all the same shit. This is a different fucking patch. If you're leaving because you think your old lady is too hard on you for trying to do motorcycle club stuff, realize that she's probably going to be hard on you unless you make her your entire fucking life, man. I mean, it just is what it is, like maybe you're with the wrong chick, or maybe you're, not the dude that she thought you were. Either way, 9 times out of 10, it's never the club's fault. I have seen so many guys leave the MCs for reasons of, fixing their home life or whatever, and then it never works out for them because it was never the MC's fault. It was their fault, and just look inside yourself is what I would say. If you're going to leave an MC, realize that you're leaving people you pledged an allegiance to, and yeah, it might not mean a whole lot in the grand scheme of things, but I mean, at the same time, you still did it. You're a man of honor. And
excuse me.
Yeah, I don't know if that was 5. I don't know how many that was, but that's all.
It's hard to fit. Well, it's pretty funny when you saying that. When I was talking about leaving the club, I didn't even think once about joining another club.
You know what? Me neither, Carlos.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that one club. But you saying that, I was like, oh yeah, you're right. There's going to be people. I mean, I rather have someone leave maybe the local chapter. If you have chapters around like not too far, 40 minutes away, I've seen people leave that chapter, go to a different chapter, because you'd be surprised how all the dynamics mix, differently with the different chapters. But yeah, I wasn't even thinking about.
See, I'm actually a little different.
Hold on. Before we get into the conversation, let's get the last guy.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then we'll go into the conversation. Go ahead, Bone.
Damn it, man. Hey.
He's playing chess. You're bothering the man.
Damn it. All right. Yeah, this is a heavy one for me because I know there's a few different things. So, and I think we probably hit on a few of these. Like some of us have said a few things that all we know are all true. First things first is we do differentiate between if you're just some guys hanging out, as opposed to a club like a RC or like our favorite Walmart riders that we hadn't talked about in a while. That's a different thing. Those cats, man, they could drop their rags and flip clubs 10 times this year, and so what? Because it's just not the same thing. But if you're talking about a legit MC, now I'm not talking about it has to be a diamond club. I'm not saying that. There's legitimate OMCs and legitimate MCs and diamond clubs all over the planet that it's the real deal. Having said that, kind of like you were saying a second ago, bro, the first thing is when you're joining that club, and the way it used to be back in the day, it was, and I know some of us have heard this before. Hey, this club is going to be the last club that you ever join. Yeah. Like there's no other club after this. And for a long time, that was the way. When that was just the way it was. And when you heard about a guy who was no longer with that club, what you didn't hear was 20 minutes later, he's a full patch from that other club or those guys down the street, or a month or two later, or whatever it was. That just did not happen because other clubs, we followed the same rules. If you used to be with that club over there, 2-3 years later, and everybody knew it, hey, you weren't going, they weren't going to invite you into their club or even allow you to think about becoming a hang around or a prospect because of the fact that no, that was the last club you were with. If you're dedicated, and that's just the way, there's a lot of variables, obviously, but the overall opinion was, hey, that's the club you're with, that's the club you die with. That was the attitude, right? So now let's flash forward. It's 2022 now, so things are a little bit different. But so first thing is, why did you join the club? And I know you said that just a second ago, brother, But so first thing is, why did you join the club? What were you looking for? What was your motivation? There's two reasons, just really only two reasons that anybody joins the MC, and that's hope of gain or fear of loss. And we talked about the 3 Ps. That's a whole other subject. But at the end of the day, it's hope of gain, fear of loss. As in, I hope to gain some brotherhood, or I hope to gain some pussy, or I hope to gain some protection, or I hope to gain some good parties. Or you're right. There's that fear of loss. The fear of loss part is, man, if I don't join this club, and the rest of my brothers from my existing club, they're all going to patch over. So I better go with them. I'm going to lose my brothers because they're all leaving, or so there's a variety of different things. But so first thing, why did you join? And you got to think about that thing. If you're getting what you expected to get, and again, like you said, there's always the BS with any club, but you knew that going in, didn't you? And if you didn't, then why are you in an MC? If you need to have some information, you should have known that. But why did you join? Did you find it? Can you find it? Does it exist? If not, then bounce, right? But don't think that you're going to all of a sudden magically find it in that new club, because if you're the same guy after your third or fourth club, then hey, guess what? These club hoppers I'm talking about, after your third or fourth club, maybe it ain't the club, maybe it's you. The other thing is, why are you leaving? Going back to that. So why are you leaving? Because and like you were saying a second ago, Carlos, leave of absence is for those of us that have it, man, that's a hell of a good something to exercise, because life gets in the way sometimes. Somebody gets sick, or a relative, family, a job thing is going on, or who knows what the hell. There's a variety of different reasons as to why it is that somebody says, hey, man, I need to step back. I can't do what I need and want to do for my club. So as opposed to being a liability or a strain on club and my brothers, let me step back. And so leave of absence. Or now, depending on what kind of association you have with your club, maybe you just need some help, because that's why it's called a brotherhood. Sometimes you need somebody to watch out for you, to help you out a little something, so you can continue to meet your obligations to the club. So you really got to look into why are you leaving. But the last thing is just exercise. There's a lot of other options to exercise as opposed to just leaving. But again, I'm not saying that that's always a bad thing. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if you leave your club, it ought to be, in most circumstances, it ought to be for a damn good reason, and it shouldn't be for club shopping. In my opinion, I'm not a big fan of these club hoppers. You know what I mean? These cats that are, like in 2 years they've been with 6 different clubs, and then some of these cats have the audacity to use when they talk about their MC pedigree. Their MC pedigree is, well, I was with this club for a year, and I was with that club for 3 years, and I was with so-and-so club for almost 3 years, and then now I'm with so-and-so, but I'm thinking about so-and-so, and they say that with a good amount of.
And one of the reasons you see that club hopping thing is that people are handing out patches like hotcakes. If it wasn't seriously, if everybody was prospecting for a long time, you're not going to go bounce. I mean, that's a lot of work put in, and you better want it. But when you're getting mail with a patch, or internet, clubs, or whatever you want to call them, people are going to be jumping around. If you're getting offered, a patch to bring someone in, a group in to start a chapter, you're getting, a lot of people are going to be doing that. And then, so if you didn't really earn something and put in that blood and sweat and tears, it's really easy to be like, it's not worth that much, and you won't really think about leaving it a question. But someone that earned it, if you leave, you probably thought about it for a while. You've been thinking about it for a while, and already talking to somebody, and not just bouncing around to like 6 clubs.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't do that club hopping stuff, man. I'm not big on that. Like Dirty had touched base on earlier, saying sometimes he understands, like guys will go from a small club to a bigger national club. Like, I'm not even a big fan of that. Like, I get it. Sometimes, when you win a smaller club, like a support club or whatever, you kind of find yourself being more comfortable around the big boys, the diamonds, and you kind of just start heading towards that direction. That I can understand. to a very limited point. But I don't even really. I'm not even big on that. Like when you join a club, man, you're joining that club because those guys you think are your brothers, you know. And I'm not leaving my fucking brother for nobody. I don't care if you're bigger, if you're badder. It doesn't matter to me. You're my brothers, you know. So I'm not big on that, but yeah, the grass is always greener, you know. All fought. I don't get into that, man. I know some guys. I won't get into it too deep, but I know a couple of guys that have been in 5 different big motorcycle clubs in the last like 5 years, 4 years.
So
And I'm gonna tell you right now, these guys, they have such a zero amount of respect on the street that they don't even exist in the MC world. You know what I'm saying? They're not. I mean, when you got a mom and pop club telling you you can't come to their funeral or you can't come to their party or whatever, and you're wearing a diamond, that should tell you where you really stand at on the street. Like you can put this diamond on and proclaim to be this or that, but in hindsight and reality, truth be told, you ain't shit. Nobody has any respect for you because you've never earned it. You know, you've always flip flop and all of that. So yeah, I could go on and on, man. Never mind. I'm gonna shut the hell up.
Danny, you
Yeah, I was just gonna see what B. Lewis was posting their question. What you guys? It's a touchy subject, probably.
then you're not gonna say hello, Danny, to your
To what?
What up? What up?
Yeah, no.
Sorry,
so
I can't see the people. I see Jennifer. What's up,
yeah,
Jennifer?
he's on the
There you
phone,
go.
so he has his,
There you go.
his laptop.
All
But
right.
he has a question. If you're in a 1% club and you leave, can you still claim you're a 1%er, then get a diamond tattooed? That's interesting. I see.
You can do whatever you want, but
Yeah,
it
you can
don't mean
do-
there ain't gonna be a repercussion behind it.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
me and BD have actually like argued about it. So with me, because I earned my diamond, I was a 1%er way before I joined the club. You know, I've lived that way my whole life. Once you earn a diamond, in my opinion, I'm not saying it's correct at all, but once a 1%er, always a 1%er. But no, you ain't gonna just be able to go put a diamond on. You sure the hell better not be getting no tattoo after the club or nothing like that. There better be a date on it when you leave. Or you know, if you get tossed out on bad, then that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, no, you don't get to just put a diamond on and tell everybody you're a 1%er. I mean, you can, but your ass better be able to prove it when somebody questions it.
yeah. I mean, my only thing is 1% or not, whatever. Your personality, who you are, attitude should be the same person before, during, after. You shouldn't
Yes,
be
sir.
acting a certain way. So if that's who
Yep.
you were before, I know some guys that might change a little bit, grow a little bit in a club, and they might be different while in the club, and then after the club, they're going to be that same person. They should be that same person that was in that club.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, I'll tell you, like, on my side of the fence, it works like this. I've never went out and looked for. First of all, you know, we don't do recruiting. You know, some clubs actively. I've even seen clubs where they had a post on Facebook asking for new members. Right? Right, I swear to you, I've seen that before. It's
I've
hilarious.
seen that too,
That's
bro.
the thing. You seen it?
It
Oh,
is.
open enrollment.
But, yeah, right. Like now.
Yeah, I've seen that BS too. It's like, wow,
$200. I seen $200.
that
Yeah.
should be a solid opportunity.
But the thing is, though, is what happens is that in the case of me, right? I brought a lot of guys to my club, my support club, and like that, and I don't go looking for someone that I can turn into a 1%er. Well, man, you're going to be an excellent outlaw, and come over here, and I'm going to turn you into that. No, it's here's the thing. I was told freaking 20 years ago by 3 different very well respected 1%ers from different clubs way back then. Man, you know, you're a 1%er, you just don't wear the diamond. Or you're a 1%er, you just ain't in the right club to wear it. And you know, so the point is, I say all that to say this is just that either you are or you're not.
Yep.
So when you get with that club is just going to show you the way that we do it. Not that you ain't already there. Yeah, you know, sometimes there's always something where you can you can learn more about the set and the culture. That's a thing. But yeah, nobody's turning anybody into anything. Either you're solid when you got there, or you ain't.
So,
You know,
from an MC protocol channel standard status, whatever you want to say, when they ask me this question, this is where it's coming from. Every 99% motorcycle club has 1%ers in it, and every 1% motorcycle club has 99%ers in it. I mean, some cats that ain't fixing to bust a grape. And then every 99% club has cats that are about it. But your brothers might not be about it. So like Bone just said, you might not be in a club that allows you to express that. We've had many of those guys in and out of the Black Sabbath, but when they ask me that question, what they're asking is, are you still a 1%er when you leave your club and you can wear a diamond? And for MC protocol, how that works, hell no. Because you as an individual ain't pulling nobody's club over and taking nobody's patches by yourself. You ain't blessing in no clubs by yourself. You're not fixing to walk into a state and start blessing in clubs. You, the lone mighty warrior 1%er. That ain't happening. And you don't represent a 1%er club anymore. So as far as we're concerned, I mean, you're tough and everything. You was tough, but the whole idea of 1%er in my reading and understanding came to represent MCs, not people. It's the diamond that the MC pushes and the things that go with that, behind that, as that group of people, as that group, that MC community that does that. And so when somebody leaves their club and is no longer of that club, you don't have that club's backing. You don't have, you shouldn't be making videos about it or whatever the case may be. You ain't a 1%er no more. You're just like the rest of us.
I mean, I made
Now,
a video.
That's me talking. There's other folks on here that may disagree.
No,
but,
I mean, mine is that I made the video. Once a bitch, always a bitch, right? And you're gonna have some guys that were. I literally just saw them in a club, and that guy was a fucking, sorry, part of my language, a bitch. And then now, next thing I see him at a Big Four club. Just because he has that pass don't mean I won't wipe your face. I mean, seriously.
No, but you won't. But you won't wipe his face. You know why you won't wipe his face? Because he's got a whole group of brothers there. See, and I've had this. I've had this with.
Not everybody thinks like you do, Dragon. No. Some of us will pull your ass over and check your ass.
But you might get your ass checked, but you're not checking him in front of his club and just straight whooping his ass. That club is fixing to pound you. I've had this happen before. You're talking, listen.
You know what, Carlos? We're going to take Black Dragon out one night. We're going to show him what a couple of neutrons can do to these big bad.
Listen, I've been knocking heads. I've been knocking heads my whole life. Let me tell you this.
Hey, man, I don't want no smoke.
I'm old now. But let me
I don't want no smoke with nobody. I'm just talking trash on the internet.
No, let me tell you. This is
you giving head, don't tell me this.
This is good stuff. So we had a group of cats in one of our chapters break away and go to the other side. Now, these guys that they broke away from, they know these cats ain't fixing to bust a grape. So, they're back and forth on the internet, the old guys with the guys that broke away. Those guys broke away and went to a diamond. So here you guys got these guys going back and forth on the internet talking about what they'll do to one another or whatever. So that's when the call comes down. And the call is like, you do realize that these ain't those cats no more. Now they're part of us. And so the issue you will have when you go handle that is now you got an issue with all of those. Those ain't your boys no more. So that's the difference. You're no longer dealing with those cats. They got that patch on. You're dealing with that nation.
But some of us know how the game work. If you catch a dude by himself, you a man before you anything. And I'll whoop your whole ass in your colors or out your colors. Are you really gonna go back to your nation and say, yo, man, Jimmy Neutron over here whoop my ass? I need y'all help. Are you really gonna do that? And then that
Depends on
tells you what that
depends
club
on
is
if
all
they
about.
go to the hospital.
Because
to
I
see
know
him.
if I'm sitting in my clubhouse and one of my brothers walks in and goes, "Yo, man, a straight up nobody citizen just whooped my whole ass and took my colors, man. What do I do?" I'm gonna tell him, "Get the hell out of my house and don't ever come back." You know what I'm
He'd
saying?
probably
Tell that.
lie.
Matter
He'd
of
probably
fact,
lie.
find
He'd
that
probably
guy
lie.
and tell him to come back. I want to talk to him. You know what I'm
He'll
saying?
probably lie. He said, I was pumping gas and Danny D-Lo came from behind me and hit me in the back of the head.
Hey, you can tell the story all you want, but you lost.
Hey,
Yeah,
so look, hey, Danny is basically mirroring what I was kind of talking about. I don't know if I explained it good enough, but the thing is a 1%. So I'm going to disagree with you a little bit on this, BD, because the thing is when you're talking about somebody rolling up and regulating what's supposed to happen on the set and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, those are functions of a club, and those are things that a club or a dominant would be interested in. As an individual, you don't have those same concerns, but you might have them hands. You know what I mean? You might have
Yeah,
every ability in the whole wide world to tear somebody's ass up should it come up. Because guess what?
right.
A big part of being a 1%er is you're a man first. If you're not
That's
that
right.
first, then you ain't wearing a diamond. In
You a
fact,
man before you anything.
keep it 100. There's several OMCs and 99 clubs you ain't gonna put on their patch. If you that watered down, pussyfied individual, you shouldn't wear their patch. You damn sure shouldn't put on a diamond, right? So the
Yeah.
thing is, yeah, you ain't pulling nobody over talking about what you're doing in this city. You ain't doing that. But guess what? Ain't nobody gonna, be disrespecting. I call it jailhouse rules. The rules on the set are basically the same as they are in jail. Everything's predicated on respect and rules of law. I don't mean the rules of law according to uniform code, state
Street
statute,
code.
whatever the fuck. I'm talking the law of the street, the law of the MCs, like the shit that we follow, right? So you still might have a tendency, club or no, you know what the rules are. You still follow them. You carry yourself a certain way. And it don't matter whether somebody's patched up or not. If they get incorrect, you correct them. Because the second you don't, then you don't deserve that diamond. I say it all the time. I'm like, just because the hardest thing about that diamond is not getting it, it's keeping it and living up to what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
There
sir.
was a
way
question.
easier to, and it don't matter whether we're talking about Black Sabbath or whoever. It's harder to get that patch. And BD, I know you know this. It's harder to get that patch than it ever is to keep it, right? So there's standards. There's standards that's supposed to happen. And I know the original subject was we're talking about things to consider before you leave your club. But more important than leaving your club, what are you supposed to be standing up for? What are your standards by which to maintain your membership and your brotherhood in that club? Because if those things aren't prevalent, then you need to get gone anyway. Not just that club, any club.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I saw a question someone at one of our shows, the guy was asking me, it made me pause to think that someone asked this, but they do think this way. If you're there with your girl at a bar and a 1%er is hitting on your girl, what do you do? And that's what it was asked. I was like, you're a fucking man, right? I mean, I don't care if you're a 1%er. I don't care who you are, Seagal or whatever. Someone's hitting.
It don't matter. That's my woman.
I'm going to stand my ground, knowing if I'm going to get my ass kicked or not. I'm still going to hold my ground. Maybe you politely say, "Hey, this is my girl." If they still act up, shit, it's gonna go down. But you don't just unless if you're not about it, grab your girl and get the fuck out. If she stays, that's another issue.
So all of you
leave
guys,
her ass right there too.
Since all three of you guys were 1%ers or are 1%ers, I get it. But when we talk to these guys and we have these 99%ers out here, we have to make sure that there's some realisticism in it, because it's a different story when there's a 1%er in your clubhouse. He's hitting on your woman and you bust his ass from here to Shining Sea. There's some stuff you're going to have to do. If you don't do that stuff, your club's going to have a problem. I've seen it with my own two eyes. 1%er clubs don't take losses. So the best thing for you to do is get your sergeant at arms over there, get their sergeant at arms called, and get the clubs handling that situation quick, fast, and in a hurry. This is
But
real.
that goes back to protocol. That's what I was saying a second
Right.
ago. Is that whether you're patched up or not patched up, if you're that dude and you know how this stuff is supposed to work, you're gonna go through proper protocol. But you know, let's okay. So I was at a place. This is months ago. I was at a place and I saw this one dude from this one club was sort of like all over this guy's old lady. And what the guy did was based on that, and the guy who's there with his old lady, he's not a punk or anything like that. But he was in a situation where he says, man, if I do this thing like I want to do this thing, these fellas gonna beat the brakes off of me and probably my old lady too. So what he did was he real cool. Nobody even knew there was an issue until after the fact. He said, hey, here's what happened while I was there. Here's why I left, and so on and so forth. And so while I understood what he had said, I say to myself, hey, you know, that was a perfect opportunity to get the sergeant at arms involved, you know, based on the circumstance, get the sergeant at arms involved, communicate with somebody, because that wasn't a situation where you needed to leave at all. You know, that was something that could have been fixed quick, fast, in a hurry. And just because, and listen, just because, you know, we say this thing all the time, my brother's right even when he's wrong, right? And for a lot of reasons, that's the case. But, you know, just because somebody's got a diamond or they're OMC or whatever, doesn't mean that they're completely a bunch of knuckle dragging, you know, idiots. It doesn't mean that you can't communicate to somebody. Anybody would understand, hey, somebody's fucking with my old lady. That ain't cool. I don't like that, man. Is that right? Somebody from that, whoever that other club is going to be like, yeah, you're right. You know, let's fix that. Don't worry about it. We got it. You know, so again, it goes back to protocol. But if you're in some club and you don't understand protocol, then either that's the failure of your club or your pops, your sponsor, whoever brought you in. Somebody didn't teach you, or now that's one thing, or you just choose not to follow it. And if you're just one of them people who ain't gonna do what you're supposed to do or follow protocol or embrace it, or you're scared to or whatever, again, those are all reasons as to why you ought to get the hell out and, you know, not be in this club.
Yeah. I mean, and the other thing is that if someone doesn't understand protocol and what they're doing, thinking that other people understand protocol, because not everybody's going to be in the club. And if you're not in a club, you don't give a fuck about someone's protocol. And then now that brother has put his whole nation in harm's way. If this guy's a crazy lunatic, pulls out a gun and starts shooting the guys that are past members of that club. Yeah. And there's guys that bring people, you know, the problem into the club and it had nothing to do with the club to begin with. So people have to understand that, you know, not everybody follows a protocol.
But you know, the protocol of that, right, Carlos? The protocol of that, you bring some guy into the clubhouse or wherever who shows his ass and this, that, and the other thing. He could do the most heinous shit in the world. Guess whose fault it is? Whoever bought that guy. It's his fault. So says protocol, right? That's protocol.
Who invited this MF?
No, trust me. I've been vetted, and when years ago they told me you better not fuck up. It's my life and mine. I'm like, okay, you know, I get it. You know,
I've seen that before. You sit in a clubhouse and it's like, all right, man, who brought this stupid ass fool in here? Oh, and you start looking around the room, ain't nobody saying nothing because I was saying, ain't nobody saying nothing. And you see that one dude looking at the floor like, yeah, mother, come here, bro. Nah, I'll at you, man. Let's take a walk in this back room real quick.
So
Hey,
I was in the Marine Corps. There's so in the military, in the Marine Corps, you have platoons, right?
Thank you for your service, first of all.
Oh man, thank you, brother. Appreciate it. And,
much respect.
You know, in every so in a platoon is made up of squads, right? Every squad has like the squad leader. He's like the head guy for that squad, and then that platoon has what they call a guide. The guide is the guy who like carries the flag, the guide on, you know, with the flag on it, right? So he's the guy who's ahead of all of the squad leaders and the whole thing. And it sounds like a cool job to have, but let me tell you, in Marine Corps boot camp, that job sucks because that means for all those other 65 idiots that are in that platoon, and there's a high level of possibility that somebody's going to screw up. And whoever screws up, guess whose fault it is? The guide. It's the guide's fault. So if you're the guide, And like the thing is, in boot camp, they change out guides like they change out their underwear. And everybody, it's the most horrible job ever in Marine Corps boot camp because if you keep that job a week, man, you're doing good. You're doing good. So it's the same way, like in the MC, man. You got some idiot that you brought in there, especially God forbid he don't have on a patch, and you brought him in there. Hey, females, you bring some girl and she might be smoking hot. She don't know how to act.
Man,
right? Guess what? Still your fault.
You never bring a woman to a club party, dude.
I gotta tell you a story, Bone, about
do it.
2002, maybe. I was in y'all's clubhouse up here in Atlanta, and I brought a guy with me by the name of TC Cox, was my best friend in the day, and he wasn't in the biker world at all. And I brought.
He sounds like nothing but trouble already.
And he used to wear. He sold cars. He was a car salesman, so he always had a suit on and a tie everywhere he went. So I said, I had just gotten to Georgia, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go hang out at the Outcast Clubhouse. Why don't you come and hang out? I rode my motorcycle over there. I was tough hanging out with the Outcasts. And this guy comes in wearing his suit and tie. First of all, everybody's looking at him. He's got his cufflinks on, TC on his cufflinks and everything. So he's trying to talk to the women and he's talking to properties. I was like,
oh no,
oh my God. Hey, miss, you about the finest thing I ever seen. And boy, look at that ass moving.
Oh no.
I looked over at him.
Ouch.
CD's still banned from that club.
About that time, he lost his cell phone. And he's looking around, and his cell phone was obviously taken. So I'm helping him find his cell phone. This fool marches up to the microphone. And this is when the clubhouse was still at the church. He marches up to the microphone, grabs the microphone next to the DJ booth and says, I've never in all my life seen such a dishonorable, disgraceful group of people where you can't even put your phone down. Bro, I ran to the stage. Goodness. I ran to the stage. I snatched the microphone. I'm thinking we are fixing to get killed. I brought this fool here. And I looked around. Bone, nobody even had noticed he had said a word. And I was just looking around waiting for the boots to come. And nobody had even really heard him on the microphone. Then I grabbed that guy by the mouth.
Thank God.
Wrestled his ass up out there. And I said to myself, never bring a civilian. And so that puts a big connotation on you being responsible. I knew they was gonna beat me mercilessly.
Hey, like
Bone in there.
Like Bone brought up earlier, like bringing females to a clubhouse. So it was me, like a couple of my homies, man, and one of them brought his girl. And I told him, I'm like, yo, dog, we're going to this certain clubhouse. It's a 1% clubhouse. I'm like, bro, leave your girl at home, dog. I'm like, she don't belong there, bro, because you're going to fuck around and not leave with her. And he's like, bro, I ain't never tripping. I'm like, all right, cool, man. So we go to this party. We're kicking it, and I'm off in the corner, talking about a little something between 3 or 4 of us, and I hear my boy start, raising his voice. He started getting kind of goofy, right? And I look over one of the bro's shoulders, and my boy is like trying to check one of these guys, trying to talk some stuff to him. And all it was, somebody was hollering at his girl, you know what I mean? So I walk over there and I look at my guy and I'm like, yo, bro, I'm like, chill out. Let me talk to these brothers, all right? And I'm like, yo, man, so it turned out like one of the brothers started talking to dude's old lady and she was feeling the vibes. She got that. She saw, diamonds are a girl's best friend in more than one way, right? So she got starstruck and she was like, fuck this. I'm feeling this real dude right here. And she straight stayed there, man. And I told my dude, my dude's like, I ain't leaving here without her. And I'm like, brother, there's like 2 ways you're leaving right now. You know what I'm saying? You're leaving with me or you're leaving in a box, bro. I'm like, your girl gone, dog. Like, just write her off, man. I'm like, there ain't nothing you're gonna do about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and I'm sure the hell I'm not gonna help you. I'm like, I already told them to let you walk out the door with me. I'm like, if you don't walk out the door with me, bro, man, hey man, you're no longer with D-Lo, homie. I don't know what to tell you. So yeah,
Hey, we
that can
wanna
happen, guys. That can definitely
Yeah.
happen. You can bring
like-
your girl to a 1% party and leave your ass single as shit when you leave.
you can bring it to a Black Sabbath party and have the same thing happen.
Yeah, any club
yeah.
party, really. Yeah.
Hey, everyone, say hello to Muhammad LD. He's watching from his from Egypt over there with the club over there, man. And
Oh shit, what's up, Mohammed?
just glad to have him
Assalamu
on.
alaikum, Muhammad.
So listen, we've been on about an hour, and I said we were going to have a short show tonight. So
Yeah, it's taking all of it out of me.
yeah, you need
I'm
some
done.
rest. And hey, Wild, I appreciate you staying the whole time, bro, because I know you need to get out of
It's
here.
good, man. I was having a good time talking to everybody. I mean, I enjoyed.
I'm
it.
sorry.
I
Hey,
mean,
I'm sorry I didn't make your show tonight while on twos.
Uh-oh.
I couldn't do 2 hours, bro.
Is Tia watching? What's
that was good. Hey, no, hey, BD. I'll tell you what. I've been getting so many messages about Tia and Jess on that show.
Dude, they
really?
did an awesome job.
They did a great job. That so many people are asking me when the next one is. So they got to set a date and time for their show only and be them.
Yeah, they definitely need to set up their
And I'm
own
going to be
thing.
out of there because I was there in the first 20 minutes and I got kicked out because she gave me that look. I mean, that's the whole point.
I don't know if you saw me in the comments, but I was like, leave her ass alone, Carlos. Get out the room. You're making her nervous.
I got to leave the room. So I left the room and they'll open up more. So that,
Right. Yeah, they need an hour show, and it's got to be their own thing set every week for sure.
It's coming. It's,
I'll be honest. I was telling Dragon, I'm like, man, I'm just not too sure about Jess, bro. And then I watched that show, and I'll tell you what, man, she made me eat all my words and then some, dude. She did an awesome job.
She handled that.
Yeah, she handled her business, man.
No, the funny thing is the first time she was on our show, like I never, she didn't know about no damn rules about cussing and everything, and but no, so she did a great job.
Yeah,
and
China will be on too. Yeah, China will be.
Yeah, the more they do it, the more comfortable they're gonna get. So that was an awesome job by all of them. I was entertained watching.
Yeah,
from the bedroom, so that was good.
Yeah, they both did a great job. Jess she was really good on the camera with questions and everything.
Yeah,
she did good.
Who are you gonna have come on the show? I guess we're not being seen right now.
I think Bone is minding his damn business right now.
Oh no! Oh my bad.
Hey, we were talking about girls in the club. He's all, oh yeah, I forgot.
Oh no, I heard. Yeah. Right. Well, see,
let me holler at that one girl I talked to the other night.
Yeah.
What it was, Black Dragon asked that question, and I was thinking in my head, I'm thinking, you know who's gonna be on the show? 5. Like 5 who? 5th, like 5th Amendment, motherfuckers.
I plead the 5th. Well, on 2, I can't even look at you anymore because I like Lisa. She's good people, so don't wear that shirt again. What did you do? What are you in these shirts, man?
Oh, these shirts are great. Oh, hey, wait. I got to do this. I told Pac. So look, I don't know if y'all can see that. That's Pac's
Riders Republic, baby.
Riders. They have a.
I've been wearing almost every show.
Oh yeah,
I've been wearing, but right now I'm wearing.
I've talked to Pac like a bunch and stuff, and he put me up on some game, but homie still ain't sent me no hat, bro.
Man, look, let me tell you this stuff. Well, I had to go and get it. I had to go to North Dakota to get it, but I went to North Dakota.
Right.
And then this joint right here. Oh wait, wrong side. My bad. See, at that.
That's all right.
Specially designed by BD, right, sitting right over there.
Yeah, I was
the Big Bone 1% joint. Thank you, sir.
Wow,
nice.
You're welcome. Yeah. Wow. I was gonna say I want one, but that's a little bit too dick rider.
Do it.
So. Never mind. So listen, the way I feel about it is, if you're gonna leave your club, man, there's a whole lot to think about. I get so tired of you cats come crawling back. First of all, the grass ain't greener on the other side. Every club has BS in it. So a lot of times you'll leave as a president over here to go be a prospect over there. And then you're mad because like you're never going to get that high over there or anything like that. So now you're mad at them because you don't have what you had over here. But you had what you had over here because you work for whatever the case may be, but that's not going to transfer. So remember that. That's another thing you should remember, that it's sometimes better to be a king in a shitty world than a lower person in the great world. I heard a guy once say, I'd rather be a king in heaven than a slave in hell. And not everybody feels that way. What was it? I'd rather be a king in hell than a slave in heaven. And not everybody feels that way, but you got to think about everything doesn't transfer over. Another thing is, a lot of times when you get to that other side, that club's going to look at you with a jaundiced eye for a long time, because I don't care what you say, people don't like folks that turn on their brothers. Now, I've talked about reasons to step up, and I don't have a problem with people stepping up. They feel like they got to move on to something bigger and better. But when you're stepping parallel, what are you stepping for? Now, there are some things, like if I knew this one lady who was in a club and she had a motorcycle wreck and her head got split open and some of her brain leaked out onto the ground. So she was screwed up for a long time. And not one time did anyone in her club come see her.
Wow.
Well, that's a good damn reason to leave the club.
Yeah, a real good reason.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm not saying there ain't no reason to leave them shitbirds behind sometimes, but
Yeah, sometimes there's reasons. I mean, there's
let
reasons.
let it be for a real reason, other than
I like what Brian
guy.
said. I like Brian said, the grass is greener where you water it. The other grass just looks greener because most of the time it's filled with fertilized shit.
Never heard that one before.
Hey, no, that's a good one. BD, I will say this, though. You touched on the subject. I'm not going to drag it out too much, but what you said in regard to a guy who's a president over here and he goes over there and he's a prospect now, the thing about that is when I think about the whole, if I know or if I hear about some guy who just wants to be the president of the chapter or he wants to be the boss.
Those are the worst.
Those are the worst. You know what? The best presidents that I have seen were guys
didn't even want the job.
Didn't even want the job. Everybody was like, hey, you're the best guy for the job. And they did it out of obligation to the club. But those guys who that's all they think about from the time they hit the door, they're dangerous. They're a cancer to clubs because of the fact that those are the same sort of guys that'll do anything to get that damn position. And brotherhood,
including step on a brother.
Oh yeah, brotherhood has nothing to do with the fact that they just want the accolades of being able to say, "I'm the president of this club" and all like that.
You hear them as prospects. Some of them prospecting will say already. Some people prospect already gunning for that position.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Boy, I wish to God I would have heard a prospect say that one time to me. I want to be the president someday. Oh man, I would love to hear that shit.
I worship someone saying something like that to me. I had a prospect say, I want your job one day, and I was like, hell yeah. Well, we'll get you started on the process. Come over here and watch these bikes for me right quick. We'll get you moving on it.
Yeah.
The idea is that I don't mind you looking forward. A guy tells me he wants my job one day. I wasn't always mature enough to tell him, well, let me tell you everything you need to do to get it. And then watch you and guide you and hope that you do get it. I won't be able to do it forever. But what I'm talking about is you have a home in this club. It won't be the same as that home over there. Other things that I want you to think about. Man, Dirty said it. I've had so many brothers whose wives put it, club or me. And every damn one of those guys that chose her come knocking on the door 4 or 5, 10 or 15 years later, girl gone, because she had issues before. And the club was never the issue. The issue was all the other things that the club was made into as an issue. And once the club was gone as an issue, those other issues came back and you were doomed in the first place. Somebody that loves you wants you to be happy. Period. End of story. But, these are the things, a lot of things I want you to think about. Think about how much you're going to miss us. I swear to God, you're going to miss us. You're going to miss me. I was picking on you and stuff, but you're going to miss me. You're going to miss the riding. You're going to miss the camaraderie. You're going to miss sleeping in the rain. Sometimes I tell clubs when they come to me, if you guys are bitching so much and complaining and moaning and groaning, and you're about to split up, and every argument somebody's getting written up and somebody's being busted and rank and suspended. When was the last time y'all went on a ride? It's always going to be 4, 5, 6 months ago. When was the last time you've been on a ride? When was the last time you went on a mandatory? When was the last time you packed up all the cars, all the bikes, all the tow vehicles, and took the squad out, the whole extended family, children and everybody? When was the last time you went to a campground, broke bread, and hung out for a weekend? So you can't be doing that kind of stuff and hating each other. The two don't go hand in hand. You have too much damn fun at the campfire all night, telling ghost stories and passing out and drinking liquor and walking around the camp naked and all that old business. You can't do all that and be trying to put somebody out the club. The two don't go hand in hand. So if you're spending more time fussing and fighting and arguing, then somebody needs to say, let's go for a ride. I've told clubs, go 100 miles to the nearest nearest rest stop or campground, pull over and spend the night, and then ride 100 miles back. That'll solve a lot of ills. But there's a lot of stuff we got going on, which is why you joined us in the first place. And you will miss us when you're looking at all the bad. Because, Bone, as long as when I was about ready to get out the Navy, man, I hated everything about it. And now as the years go by, I look back at the military and all I can really think about is the good things a lot of times.
That's because you were in the Navy. It's because you were in the Navy. That's why.
I was in the best force, yes. So being in
they were great
force where Marines work for us.
I hate to bring this up. Mohammed has a question.
Give us rides.
Hey, Mohammed has a question. I don't know if there's a way to answer it like really quick without extending this even longer. But he asked, his question is, the MC bylaws has to be applicable on all MC chapters, even on mother chapters outside the mother chapter's country. I guess the prospect asked him, and he didn't have an answer 100%. I have my answer on that, but if you guys want to say something quick. But that's from Mohammed.
Let me go find the question.
Is he asking,
I ain't really got nothing to say.
Wait a minute. Is he asking?
I guess
I've got a question. Is MC bylaws have to be applicable on all MC chapters, even on chapters outside the mother chapter country?
If you're in a national, I would say there's a base.
There's always a foundation and a base. Some
chapters
add to it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
so
be careful what you add to it because you can't take it back.
Every chapter has something a little different in the area that they're in that they may have to deal with.
But the main foundation has to be the same.
I'm talking about 99% clubs now that have to, like, for instance, in one area, it may be that a minimum amount of members has to be 10. In another area, a minimum amount of members could be 5. This would be dictated perhaps by the board or the diamond or whatever that was in that area. So in that respect, certain things about your bylaws will be different for the different areas that you're in. And that might have been what your prospect was talking about. But if you have a mother chapter that's putting chapters in other countries, you have to spend a whole lot of time with this to figure out what the bylaws are going to be when you get to those other countries. Because just like each state in the United States has something a little different going on, and each region has something a little different going on, I can only imagine what each country would have. And by me not having any chapters in any of the countries you're probably talking about putting chapters in, it's very hard for me to sit here in the United States and tell you something like that and just be completely fair. But you can imagine that there will be many things that'll be slightly different and things that'll be the same. What your motorcycle club would have to do is decide as a nation, especially if the mother chapter is running everything, decide as the nation are those changes going to be acceptable to our style of biking and our brotherhood. Any of you guys want to add to that?
Well, yeah, I think the rule of thumb that's going to go to most clubs, 99 or OMC, what any of that. The rule of thumb is that local and state bylaws cannot supersede their national bylaws or their international bylaws. Meaning, so for example, if Mother says in North America, if Mother here says that all chapters, including those in the UK or Germany, Japan, wherever, if all chapters have to have a minimum of 7 members with 5 making up the cabinet. If that's what they say, then those individual chapters can't turn around and say, nah, we feel like it's 3. We need 3 members because 3 members is what we got. So our bylaws are going to say that 3 members are what's necessary to stand this chapter up. You can't do that because Mother already said it's 7. So that's like Carlos said a second ago, that's a baseline. Baseline. So if you said, well, we're in Germany and we feel like the number ought to be 15 to stand a chapter up, well, you can do that because Mother said the number was 7. So if Mother says it's 7, 15 is at least 7. It just happens to be they have a bit more of a standard. So that's just a for example. But there's a lot of things that that rule of thumb is gonna the rule of thumb is gonna dictate how the chapter moves and what the bylaws should suggest and what they should or should not do. So do what you do. And if I'm the one that's giving the information, I say, hey, do what you do. Just make sure that your actions and your bylaws do not supersede that of the Mother chapter. So in that case, where I gave the example of 7 versus 15, 15, fine. 3, that actually supersedes because that's a lesser requirement when the standard was set by the Mother, which said 7. Y'all with me though? That's all I'm saying on that.
Right.
Sounds good.
Good.
All right. I think we've done what we're going to do tonight. Any
sir.
parting things from anyone?
No.
Man, you know I got stuff to say. Right.
I gotta go. I gotta go. So I open my mouth. I'm gonna keep talking.
All right.
All right then.
Man, it's good to see y'all. Just super duper short. It's good. It's good getting
Great
back.
seeing you, Bill.
I had to do my walkabout. Man, good seeing you, brother. But yeah, it's good being back. Y'all hit me up. I'm gonna be back here every week now. Hit me up on bone. What is it? What's my bone.offo at gmail.com. No, everywhere. The email is bone.outcast@gmail. Everything else is bone OFFO on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever the hell. It's all the same thing. Bone OFFO.
It's nice to finally kind of
Bone's gonna have his own show
way.
here soon. Bone's gonna have his own show soon.
You too, Danny. Oh yeah, that's coming. That's coming.
Yeah. All right. Listen.
Cool. Looking forward to it.
You guys take care. Love you all. Take care. Good night. Good night.
Much love and respect. Peace.
Peace. Hey man, thank you all for tuning in. We will be back on Monday through Friday. We'll be doing news about 3 times a week and then other stuff, MC protocol and stuff like that. Man, I'm so glad to have Big Bone back and the crew in and out. Everybody's sick, everybody's coughing. This was a short night for us tonight. And I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to say love, honor, and respect to Broadway Joe and of the Arawak MC. Sorry to hear about your passing. Please wear your helmets, folks. Please wear your helmets. And check out that 360 app. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. We are simulcast on the Dragon's Lair Motorcycle Chaos, our podcast, Dragon's Lair, LAIR, Motorcycle Chaos, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your broadcast, you can get this show and others, all of our other shows that you can listen to in your car, traveling, driving, whatever the case, over on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. BikerLiberty.com is our online news magazine, bikerliberty.com. And all of our gear is at blackdragonsgear.com. And we also have gear here on YouTube and Facebook. You can go and get our gear and support us. We absolutely appreciate your support. Okay, that's it. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny.
Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.